Hey my creative friends, today let's paint a cloud with a silver lining. This is a bonus lesson for my Skillshare class called Watercolor with Me Glowing Cloudscapes, and I'm giving you a free link to the entire class, which does 4 cloudscapes, down below. So thanks so much for following me and supporting my channel. Let's get started. I'm having so much fun painting these clouds that I thought I would like to add a painting that is a sort of a silver lining kind of cloud. So I'm going to use the same colors I did for my big fluffy dramatic cloud with the blue and the indigo, deep and dark there, and do sort of the similar thing. I'm probably not going to finish this painting. I just want to do the cloud that sort of has a silver lining. And so I'm going to hold my brush and scrub it across the page to create that edge, nice and dark and deep and beautiful and fabulous. So fabulous there. You can do that sweeping motion, add in some color. Don't want any completely white. I'm going to soften and invite the color to flow. This is a staining color. You can see how it leaves that line, but I can just add more color and that works. Okay, now I am going to drop in that clean water, and I'm dropping a big drop this time. I want to really push the color. Pop up that drama there. More water right inside the edge of that. I'm even going to flick it out a little bit, but mostly I'm just letting it push the paint. There we go. Now I'll go back over here because this is messy. Or I'm not really trying to paint the entire cloud, but I do want to. Now I have like really soft shadowy blue, so with more indigo and just a touch of blue and lots of water, like super soft. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is start here and create some shadow shapes just like in the other one, dancing my brush around. Then I'm going to clean my brush and get some nice clean water and go along this edge, and I want it to be like all the way following the edge. Notice it's super light. It's going to be perfect, I think, and I will add in more color if I need to, but let's start here. I want it to soften here, so I'm touching that color edge. But here, I want to leave that edge. And now I'm going to pick up more of that shadowy blue and drop it in and dance it around here and sort of work my way up to this edge in that sort of circular dancing motion to create even more shadow. Touching this edge a little bit because I want that to be softer and a lot of shadow here. So I'm going to even pick up even more of the indigo blue, mix it in. So now it's thicker and less watery, and that's probably too much. So let me add more water, but not as much water as before. I don't want it to be quite as light. And let's add in some more. Now look, that's extremely dark. It's going to be very dramatic, and I'm okay with that for this particular kind of experiment that I'm doing. Or, you know, every painting for me is an experiment almost. Scrubbing this around to create some texture, pulling that color out. Just want to sweep there, just because I want to finish this edge real quick. And then I want to continue working on this area. So, again, I have that thicker mixture. And now I'm just going to pull it around a little. And sort of let it spread out on its own. Now I want to soften this a little here. This to be softer. And I want this to be even thinner, so I'm going to just, with the very tip of my brush, go in and make that a really thin line. I left some gaps you can see. Again, really thin line. What do you think? I shouldn't have touched this part. So now I need to do something about it. I think I'll lift this here a little bit. I want it to be like the sun is shining out from there. So I have my tissue, and I will just flick it out. Flick it out to where it's wet. It's picking up some of that paint. Very good, very good. Now I think actually what I'm going to do is bring in some white, which I don't often use the white watercolor, but I will bring in some white. It's going to have some blue still in it. This white is not opaque. This is white watercolor, and it's not opaque. But I'm not using a lot of water. I'm trying to get a nice thick version. This paint has dried. And what I'm going to do is pull from here. Some of this white. Even using the side of my brush here. But I don't want that to be so harsh, so soften all that. And even pull in a little bit of the blue. Make that nice and soft. I don't know if that was the right thing to do, but I did it. I'm going to soften this. I think actually I'll bring in some of this dark. Maybe even sweep in. Using a really light touch here. So adding in this dark, like I'm doing here, is going to make also the light colors look lighter. So I'm going to soften this up a little bit. What do you think? What do you think? I think I'm liking it. I feel like sun rays are coming out from behind this cloud. And yes, it's very dramatic, but I love a dramatic sky. I'm softening this edge. So I like the idea that there's sort of a silver lining thing going on. But I also want to soften this edge a little. I notice it's like very harsh there, and that's not what we're going for. Dramatic. Dramatic. Okay, so I'll finish out this painting really simply as I can, bringing in a little purple into my blue and indigo mix and sweeping here across the sky. Create some small clouds and soften and lighten, and more sweeping with the purpley mixture and more softening and lightening. And now we have a big dramatic sky. I'm using lots of water here, and that may cause some blooms in the end, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so what do you think? Maybe soften that a little. It's a little bit much. Okay, bonus. This is a bonus lesson. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll show it to you when it is dry.